new pack. It is called Matchup Nightmare, and just by these names, I know who. Well, I don't know the players by heart, but I can say that I know some of them as far as how they play, and some of them like Dirk, Walt Frazier, Harrington, Azubuike. You know, a little bit. I know they played for the Warriors. Anthony Davis, he played with the Hornets at the time, so that's a. He played with the Hornets, who now the Pelicans, so that's gonna be a card probably that's when he was younger or when he had they just turned into the Pelicans. And Abdul Rauf, I believe there's a card that he already has that's a Ruby, or that might be somebody else that has a similar name. It is a similar name, Abdul Rahim. But just by these names, Tobias Harris, I know who he plays with the Pistons. So I'll start with the lower cards. So Isaac Houston, I don't know who that is, and right now I can see he plays with the Heat. And this card is a power forward, not a bad card. I have looked over these cards and they're not too bad. I wouldn't say that this pack is it's probably the best pack yet, but it's not just a pack like yes get these cards, because I mean they're not that great still. I don't believe that they do enough for you if you wanna win in my team. Honestly, they don't have the cards that I would say would put you over the top. So heavily he's good offensively as far as shooting mid range, not a three, but mid range he's doing pretty well. And can score inside, has good post defense, rebounding isn't that bad. How tall is he? 6'10", so not that bad. Balanced defensively and offensively. So not a bad card for a 79 overall, and a gold card in general. Right here we got Kalina Azubuike. I know he can shoot threes. That's what I know him for. But not a bad card. His 3-pointers is an A-, and his grade is actually an 86. So it's not too bad if I compare him to Dell Curry. Dell Curry beats him by a lot. 86 is not bad, and plus his contested three is right there with it. Defense is not the best. Athleticism, he's a little athletic. How tall is he? 6'5". So as far as defense, that would be a bad thing because he's not that tall really. So you wouldn't be able to affect many shots with him. I would say 6'7", 6'8", or 6'6", even 6'6" would be a great height for a shooting guard if you want to be able to contest shots at the rim really. And just play defense in general. Anthony Davis, this is when he must have been. I think he was a rookie at this time. Wow, yeah, he had to be a rookie. They still got. It's funny because they got the Pelicans right there, but he's actually right here. He's with the New Orleans Hornets. But this team, I mean, this card is an okay card. It's mostly defense, and I think really even and he is an agent right here. So yeah, it was when he was a rookie. Even his card when he is a sapphire. When his card is a sapphire, Anthony Davis. I mean, that card wasn't even. In my opinion, I think they belittled him really like a lot. I mean, I understand that that's his first card, like his default card that they came out with in the in the game. How every person starts out with a default card, and I understand it's a sapphire, but bruh, I mean, this Anthony Davis can shoot the ball. His stats his attributes on shooting was like terrible. I mean, like the only way you would make it is if you were wide open, you knew how to shoot with him, and then if he was hot, like that was the only time you could make it. But obviously his defense was good, but I felt like they kind of undercut him with the his scoring, at least mid range. Inside scoring was pretty good. I mean that was pretty where it should be at. I think it was like an A or a B+, A-. Mid-range scoring was like a C+, and his 3-pointer is a D+. I can understand not being able to shoot threes, but Anthony Davis is a pretty good shooter, especially from last year. I mean, Anthony Davis is a great player, and he can shoot the ball like from deep. He can shoot the ball from deep, and I'm not saying you can't make threes with him, but I mean, I felt like they kind of made him. They didn't make him to where he was somewhat a resemblance of his actual player in real life. Right here we got. Golly, all these crazy names or these last names. It sounds like Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. I'm guessing that's what it is. Point guard, and by his stats, he's not that bad. Can shoot the ball, can play defense isn't the best thing, but it depends how tall. In my opinion, defense, if their defense is not that great, it's about, in my opinion, how tall are they. If they're not very tall, then they're not going to be able to contest shots at a high percentage and able to make the other player miss, depending on how tall that player is. Okay, so right here, let's see his stats. Looking 6'1", so yeah, I mean, them short guards really, they better be offensively stacked if you're gonna play with them, because like I said, defense, if they can't play defense at the point guard position, you're going to face a lot of trouble with certain guards. I mean, D Brown, he is one of the exceptional 6'1" guards in the game right now. His card is a sapphire, but his dunk is like a 97, so he makes up for a lot. He can shoot the ball pretty well. Tobias Harris card right here is better. It's honestly, in my opinion, I think it's better than his real life rating. I mean, his rating on 2K regular, like when you go play quick game, I think his rating as far as shooting the ball is better here than it is right now on 2K with the ratings that he's playing with the Pistons. Which with the Magic he was pretty good. It's not a bad card. Sapphire small forward, 3-point scoring is a B, so his 3-point is probably an 83. 84, and his contested 82. That's pretty good. Mid range is really good. Can play. Defense isn't the best thing. Defense, he could use a little bit more defense if he, especially being a small forward and not being able to shoot the greatest, but he can shoot somewhat. Rebounding is good though. Dang, his rebounding better than his defense. Come on now, we can't have that. Athleticism is okay, not that bad. And then we got Al Harrington. We start off with the gold. Now we're heading to the sapphires. Al Harrington, this must have been when he was younger. When he must have just came into the league or was very young in the league, because he is not a 3-point shooter from right here, which he could shoot threes. He could shoot threes. And he is a shooter though, so his mid-range scoring is, pretty good. Defense, he can play pretty good defense for a perimeter. He must be 6'9". He had to be 6. Yeah, if you playing defense perimeter like that, he had to be 6'9". Rebounding is okay. Athleticism, he got a little bit of athleticism, so that's okay. But yeah, Al Harrington, that's not a bad card for a power forward. He can't shoot threes very well, but his mid-range scoring is okay. Defense is pretty good. Rebounding, so if you need that person, that forward that can, I guess, be faster than other people's power forwards, it would be pretty good. But if I would do that, I would just get a small forward like Kevin Durant or LeBron, even LeBron James, even though he can't shoot. Walt Frazier, and is a point guard. How tall is Walt Frazier? 6'4". Let's see. Let me see his grade. Let's see what his grade. 88 off the shot, dribble, mid range, and Kyrie. This is what I love about Kyrie. Kyrie's off the dribble is as a 93. Off the dribble is a 93, and sometimes you can't even make perfect with him. So Walt Frazier, not a bad card. I will say that it's not a bad card if I compare him with at least with the grades. With the grade, dang, he got way more badges. But with the grades, offensively, Kyrie beats him. But inside scoring is the same. Can play better defense. That's one thing he can do, is play better defense, and is way more athletic than Kyrie. So I will give it to him that he's way more balanced than Kyrie right now. That's the one thing about him that separates him from Kyrie's sapphire card. So that's not a bad card. I wouldn't mind paying buying a pack trying to get Walt Frazier as a point guard. He can't shoot threes though, so if you do pick and roll, you better have a center that can shoot the mid range at least. So that's him, and they got Dirk Nowitzki, this is when he probably was a rookie or young in the league as well. But Dirk Nowitzki is a great card right here. And I actually have a Dirk card, and it's a gold. So let's see what he went up from gold to sapphire instead of he passed emerald. So right here, yeah. Oh yeah. Good. Oh my goodness, this is a way better card. And see, they played Dirk like y'all sit there and made Dirk he couldn't even shoot a mid range for his mid range is a B. But really, open shot mid range 80. I guess that is a B, and it's only a B because his contested is only 4 points off of it. But really a B to me is like an 84 at least. 84, 82, that's a B in my opinion. But right here, you see his open shot mid range is a 90. It went from an 80 to a 90, jumped up 10 points, and his contested is a 90 as well. So you have an equal chance of making the shot if he was a contested. And then his post fadeaway, is that the same? Post fadeaway went up too, so that's, he always had that, so that's okay. His post hook is better though. Post control is better. Draw the foul. Shot close, that's weird. His shot close is not as good, but his shot shooting the three is way better. Contested was 82. Contested is 82 now, and open shot was 84 when it used to be 76 and 78. So that is very good. Free throw is better. Let's see if it's box up, rebounding, things like that. Oh my goodness, well he actually rebounded defensively better now than he did back then. Defense wise, he look like he's better defense long time ago. Yeah, and see, his defense was better. Is better back then, which that he was tall. Oh, he was taller back then. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. He was tall, but I guess you get smaller as you grow up. But so Dirk Nowitzki, that's not a bad card. That's not a bad card either. 7 feet tall and can shoot the ball. So that's a good card to get. If you can snipe that, then you have sniped a good one. Reggie Theus, point guard, and I would say that if you wanted, let's see how he's athletic. Now look at that, athletic and inside scoring. That's the main thing I want to look at. And his mid range is pretty good. 3-pointer is pretty, it's pretty good. That's probably B- is going to be around that 79 to 82 range. So that 78 to 82 range, that'd be the B-. And then I guess it kind of equals with the contested too, because they could have a 97-3 open and then a 60 contested, and they'll be a B+, and you're like, what? Or they'll be a B+ or an A, and you're like, what? Oh my goodness, what is this? They should be an A+. But then you got, okay, hold on a second. Reggie Theus, let's see what he looking like. Okay, I might want him. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Cuz if I could pull up, right now I use D Brown, cause he can shoot the three and he can go in there and dunk. I want my point guard for the bench. I want it to be somebody that was athletic, because I wanted them to be able to score whenever I felt like scoring. Like I used to have Zach LaVine there, and he could score just about any time because he was so athletic. And so he could either dunk or he could make a layup pretty much any time. And then sometimes I step back when they think I'm finna drive. I step back and shoot the three pretty well. That's who card I want. I want him to go off really bad, because I can get his card and be able to put him back in the lineup. But right here, obviously he's a better card than D Brown. But wow, like he can shoot mid range better, and not just shooting it like wide open, but contested off the dribble. His three is not as good. His three is a 78. You go from an 85 to 78. That is a big jump, but a 78 is makeable if you have an open shot. Trust me. If you drive so much that you have that they're worried about it, you can get wide open shots. Will make it easier to get perfect. I used to get perfects all the time, like at least 2 or 3 a game with Zach LaVine, just because the defense will back up so much. Then where's his dunk? I haven't seen his dunk. Speed is good. That's very good. You want somebody that's fast. That's one thing Zach LaVine didn't have, was speed. Speed with the ball too, 92. But I want to see his dunk. Let's see I can't find it. His drive layup is a 95 though, so that's really good. So he can make shots contested. Okay, dunk. And see, this is the crazy thing this is crazy. D Brown is a 97 driving. And Reggie Theus is an 80. Now, it's crazy because Zach LaVine is one exception, because his drive dunk is a 93, which is, if we know that because he won the dunk contest. But goodness gracious, like you would think that he would be able to dunk being 6'7". But this is not a bad card. I would opt out. I would get this card honestly if I really wanted it. Really wanted it, I would get this card, because he's not that bad. He's not really that worse than Kyrie Irving in the areas that I would want somebody to be good in. But he's better defensively, and he can dunk the ball. His vertical is better. He's way more athletic. Offensive consistency isn't he's kind of low in that area. But so far, he is what I would want in a point guard, especially on my bench. On my bench, he is a point guard that I would want because he's 6'7", can shoot, is athletic. I used to want people that can just shoot, but on the bench you need to be able to score, especially with your point guard. You don't want to sit there and go pick and roll all day because in this game they actually have it where everybody can't guard you. So and when I mean everybody, I mean like you can play where everybody cannot. It used to be where anybody can guard you, and it still can be like that, but it's more balanced this year. Sometimes you can guard them, sometimes you don't. Now this is a great card right here. If you get this card, you got still on your hands. John Havlicek, I think it's probably that sounds like a German name. John Havlicek, or Havlicek, I don't know. Or Havlicek, John Havlicek. Okay, I don't know, but this ain't a bad card, bro. This is perfect. This is like Ron Artest. I mean, obviously, we all know Ron Artest defensive-wise, and he played, they got him when he played with the Pacers. Ron Artest is good defensively. But this guy right here, he still is right there. Let's take a look at the grades. I mean, 6'5", 6'6", not too much different right there. Weight may be different, I'd say. Defense 99 against the 90. His offense is only 2 ratings better. Let's see what they looking like with the badges. Oh my goodness, Ron Artest got 17 gold badges, and his 17 gold badges, he got catch and shoot in there, and obviously he probably has all the defensive badges. 1-man fast break, difficult shots. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know he could do that off the dribble. Tireless scorer. Okay, that's nice. Oh my goodness, pick and roll, Mastero. I didn't know that. Okay, but right here we got John Havlicek. We got catch and shoot acrobat, relentless finisher, defensive stopper, pick and pocket. Which these these are just most of these are badges that people probably have added. Now the 5 actually might be the ones that are default, and the pick dodger I think was or relentless finisher is probably the one that somebody added right here. But I mean, let's look at the ratings. 6'5", 6'6". I don't care about the post really. Layup is a better. But I don't care about that. I don't really shoot layups with either one of them. See, but it's shooting. Oh, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. The only difference is the off the dribble. From an 88 to a 90, it is an okay difference. I would say it is a difference, but it's not a difference that I would go out on a limb to buy him. I would say his offensive consistency would have to define the difference between a 90 and an 88. That would be the only thing I would say a difference is. Hustle, stamina. Hustle. You don't really care about that, really. Speed with ball, speed. Defense, but defensively he catches them at least every single time. But his defense is not that bad either as well. His lateral quickness is 93, while Ron Artest is 98, so they're pretty good defensively. But by looking at it, off the dribble is the only difference in their threes, really. If you look right here, their threes is 2 difference except the off the dribble. But who really shoots off the dribble all the time? I say the only time you shoot off the dribble really is when you try to shoot it when you want them to stop it, but they don't stop and they just keep going, and then so you end up in a off the dribble 3. But I guess that would be the only time that would come in handy. But just from right now, there's not much of a difference that I would go out on a limb to get John over and put him in the starting position over Ron. Now maybe I'll put him over Wilson Chandler, which even Wilson Chandler, Wilson Chandler right there. I love Wilson Chandler. I love Wilson Chandler. The way he can shoot the ball on people and just legit can shoot. Now that's the only difference I say is if he can shoot, if his shot form is like Wilson Chandler, as far as being able to get it off against defenders, I would love it. Because I shoot the ball I don't care with Wilson Chandler sometimes. It's like he makes the first 3 for me every single time, and I shoot it in somebody's face. So there's not much of a difference. Overall, this pack is probably the best so far. I wouldn't mind saying that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind saying that. League leaders probably the second best pack. And these cards, really, you might find some that you won't. I mean, there's just certain ones that's good, certain ones that's not. But yeah, Matchup Nightmare overall, it is probably. It's hard for me to say the best pack because it doesn't have everything that I would want. It doesn't have one player that has everything I want. And Raging Thieves is probably the closest thing to any pack that's came out yet of having a player that I would like. But yeah, guys, that's Matchup Nightmare. If you're watching, stay tuned. If you're tuning in right now, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the whole video. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, and I will catch y'all guys later.